An anonymous questioner says, as a wife who feels uncomfortable during intimacy always and informs her husband about how she feels and he just apologizes and it's the same way always, and she doesn't want to offer herself sometimes because she doesn't get excited about it, is she sinful if she says no? Now, if we were to answer this question, most likely the feminists would draw their guns and wage war. And if we don't answer this question, we would be accountable at the sight of Allah Azza wa Jal for concealing knowledge. So this answer is according to Islamic rulings, according to the Qur'an and to the Sunnah, whether people like it or not. This is not my job to make them like it. My job is to clarify the rulings to the Muslims who ask about it. What is the ruling? Number one, if there is harm physically on the woman, she is permitted to refrain and not offer herself and not permit him to harm her. This is her God-given right. Number two, if she is only not feeling excited and she's not enjoying it, but it's not harming her and there is no hardship on her or physical harm on her, it is prohibited for her to prevent herself from offering herself to him, because marriage is based on such intimacy. Why would a man marry a woman and pay a dowry and open a house, put a roof on her head, provide for her food, not ask her for any financial contribution, none whatsoever? Why would he do that? Simply so that he could enjoy staying with her and being intimate with her in a halal way. If she prevents him from having his rights, the Prophet, without any legitimate reason, the Prophet told us ﷺ, that the angels would curse her all night long till the break of dawn. And this is every single night. So this is a major sin, and she has to be really careful not to do that. If she is not happy in the marriage, she can bail out. She can ask for khul', give him back his dowry, and she goes to her father's house without no problems, without any harm done. But to stay in the marriage and for him to provide for her and to live with her without having his rights, this is unfair and illogical. Sister says, can a wife deny her husband intimacy because he's financially not providing for her? The scholars say that when a woman does not provide, that is not being provided for by her husband, she has an option of two. Either she can file for divorce and separation, because this is her God-given right. Why is the man better and more superior and in control than a woman? Allah says in the Quran, الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم. Men are guardian, are superior to women due to what Allah has favored the men with and due to what they have paid and given from their wealth. So this is the contract. This is the exchange. The woman doesn't work, doesn't provide for her family, doesn't do anything but stay at home, mom and wife, giving her husband his rights, providing that the husband is giving her her rights. And on the top of the list of her rights is the financial allowance, providing for her a house, adequate food, adequate clothes, and medical expenses. If the guy is broke, she's instructed to be tolerant, wait maybe a month or two, he'll find a job. But if he's a whole year, for example, not working and unable to provide, and he's asking her to go and work, no, definitely she goes straight to the Muslim court and the judge would give her separation and divorce after she proves this. No questions asked. If she says, well, I don't want to divorce him because he's my husband and the father of my children and I don't have anywhere to go. So what to do? Option 2, you may stay, but you are also entitled to deny him intimacy. Because if he doesn't provide for you, you're not obliged to reciprocate with his desires. Yet having said that, any wise woman would weigh the pros and cons. Okay, you don't want to divorce. You don't want to go back to your parents' house. But by refusing him, maybe he would become defiant. Maybe he would become more stubborn and would cause more trouble in your marriage, which would inevitably end in divorce. So is this what you want? Is he truly unable to provide for you and your children because he's lazy, or because seriously he's looking but there are no jobs? So you have to weigh the pros and cons before making any such haste decision, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. Now, our question is focused on the issue of intimacy. A couple, a man and his wife, they flirt with one another. They play with one another, but they don't have actual intercourse. They do not have the actual penetration. Do they just kissing, hugging, etc.? So, do they have to perform ghusl? The answer is no, because ghusl can be obligatory providing one of two takes place. Either the penetration, which is known as intercourse, or ejaculation of many, of semen. So if a person ejaculates, man or woman, while intimacy or alone or nocturnal emission or whatever, as long as there is ejaculation, ghusl becomes mandatory. He cannot pray, she cannot pray, or read or touch the Qur'an or read the Qur'an. They have to have their major ritual bath or ghusl. Other than that, the answer is no problem. So kissing and hugging without intercourse, without ejaculation does not require ghusl. However, if there resulted out of that prostatic fluid, which is natural, known as madhi, in this case, they have to wash the affected area and their private parts and to perform wudu, but not ghusl. And I hope this answers the question.